Hi and welcome again. As usual, before I get started, please do me a favor and hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button, and also remember to click on the bell icon so you will be notified of my latest video. Also, do share the video if you find it helpful. And so let's get started. Let's start with some basic. What is a REIT? REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust, which is a company which they own real estate property for investment, mainly generated their income through rental, generated by the properties they own. So investors like us buy their shares and they use that money to make their investment in real estate. So how does the REITs work? Well, there is requirement to be followed in order for them to qualify as a REIT, although it might differ among countries. For example, REITs are required to have at least 75% of their gross income derived from real estate related sales and revenue. And they have to invest at least 75% of their total asset in real estate, and also REITs must distribute at least 90% of their taxable income every year to their shareholders as a dividends. And so if they meet those qualifications, they are not required to pay taxes at the company level. However, the individual investor like us need to pay taxes for the dividend we receive. So does this all matter to us? Of course, it is important for REITs company to meet the requirement as there will be no double taxation, and investor like us is able to keep a larger portion of that income as dividend received. You might be asking, why should we invest in REITs? Might as well focus in real estate since we need to pay tax on the dividend. Well, definitely there is pros and cons in REITs and real estate, but in this video we will look more at the pros and cons in REITs only. So the pro number one is capital required are much lesser. Buying real estate requires a huge amount of capital, most of the house price ranging from at least 5 figures to 6 or even 7 figures, and there is a required down payment of at least 5 to 20%, and not forgetting the legal, stamp duty and documentation fee, which most of the time calculated based on percentage of the real estate price. So we are looking at least 5 figure of legal payment. Last but not least, also monthly installment for the housing loan. However, with REITs stock, you can own a portion of the real estate with significantly lesser capital. We can find REITs stock that we want to buy and multiply with the number of units we can afford. Of course, there is a brokerage fee, but it is definitely much cheaper than all those legal fees related to buying a real estate. 2. Save time, risk, effort, and no commitment. For people that, like me, that have literally zero knowledge in real estate investing but want to venture in real estate, guess what it is most important to have? Huge amount of capital, good clean credit score for loan. Well, those are important as well, but no. The most important of all is the expertise, knowledge, and experience in real estate investment, and also the ability and guts to forecasting. If the property bought turned out to be a non-strategic area as we are expecting it to be, the value of the property will not rise as significantly, or even worse, the price will stagnate. And this will affect your resale value as well as the rental you receive. However, with REIT stock, they got a specialized team of experts with experience and knowledge to handle all of these risks for us. 3. Liquidity. Real estate is not as liquid as REIT, and it is highly impossible for us to be able to sell the properties as soon as we posted one to sell ads. In most cases, it will take days to weeks or even years to sell it, and often enough, real estate often get low ball, especially during gloomy market. And with REITs, it will be much faster and easier. It's just literally just a push of few button on your smartphone or laptop or PC. 4. Diversification. In case that you do not know, there is different types of REITs. For example, there is REITs for warehousing, hotels, malls, healthcare, and office. With REITs, you can have the choice to diversify your portfolio according to your preferences. And it is even possible to own every type of REITs with just small amount of capital. And 5, which in my opinion, the most important factor of all, no hassle from your tenant. Now, if you own a property, you solely responsible for all the affairs associated with the property, such as repairing, maintaining of your property. And whenever your tenant call, you need to spend time finding solution for whatever problem your tenant is facing. And with REITs, you do not have such responsibility. It is less hassle and troublesome, as the REITs company have their own team to handle all those troublesome works for us, like finding tenants, maintenance, repair, chasing payment, and handling taxes. Now, number 6 is what we love, passive income. So instead of us chasing the rent, hoping our tenant to pay on time, we just need to sit back and let the dividend auto-credited to our bank. Some REITs will pay monthly, some quarterly, but regardless, it is still awesome to see the dividend credited to our bank automatically. Now for the cons. To be honest, I can't think of too much con, but in my opinion, the most frustrating and complicated is the dividend is taxable. Depending on countries, some countries have capital gain tax as well as dividend tax. So before you jump right in for REITs or dividend investing, please do understand your country taxation system. You can ask your brokerage or anyone that are familiar with dividend investing. For example, if your REITs announce XXX amount of dividend distribution, it probably does not mean that you will get the full amount. Some of the amount is taxable and some are not. So to find out which one, you must read the announcement of the REITs distribution. As most of the time, the announcement will include or mention how much of the dividend is taxable and non-taxable. And the second is capital appreciation. The REITs stock price might not rise as much and as fast as growth stock and real estate. In my opinion, that is the trade-off, and I am willing to accept, as I don't have that much capital to buy a real estate. And also a little controversial topic, that is the price correlation between the dividend yield for REITs. The price of the REIT stock does not rise as fast is due to the dividend yield. Although the real estate owned by REITs have been appreciated throughout the years, but the rental, which is the REITs main source of income does not able to keep up, which translate into lower dividend yield, and thus it will become less attractive for investor. Well, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe and share the video to your friends or families. Thanks.